Sonderfragt om afknytningsbåt til Lautervilla Eisa Hamaa Vill dreven dräcka vart till New Irlandum Att väga krioda och att lacka och sunger Väl höll välkommen Framsvepen med bitterjura Västerstrande i Sokjum
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of 3B Radio. Tonight we're working with Land of Ice and Snow. I know it's been a while since we've gotten the chance to see everybody, but we are back after our hiatus. Land of Ice and Snow is our D&D 5e actual play where we have a group of heroes wandering around the 11th century, or rather an alternate history 11th century, attempting to stop an never-ending winter brought about by a cult. They are in the Northlands, dealing with Vikings, the cold, and everything else that comes about with that. So first up, let's go ahead and... I just realized that none of you guys have sound. Hold on a second, guys. Can one of you guys please say something?
I have said things.
Perfect. Excellent.
All right.
Normally, Skull is the main mic that we work through, but Skull is not here. All right. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and start with introductions. Starting with Davius up in the top left.
Hey everybody, my name is Davius. I'll be playing Delvin Ironslade. He's a furbog. I really need to come up with a better word than rogue because he's really not. He's just, he's raised out in the hinterlands and doesn't have the same hang-ups about personal space and individual belongings that other people have. He has always spent a lot of time wandering around, being super inquisitive about things and wanting to know all the things that there are to know. This led to him going places he wasn't supposed to be, seeing things he wasn't supposed to see, and because furbog society is based largely on might makes right and staying out of other people's business, it was decided that by the elders that he should go and explore the rest of the wide world, which basically ended up with them dumping his ass on a boat and shipping him off to deal with the city folk. He met this group of wonderful individuals on that boat, and he has been traveling with them and learning things ever since. His body has recently gone through some changes, and he's learning how to deal with that, with the new things that are happening to him on a daily basis.
So next up we have Julio.
Hey everybody, I'm Julio, and I'll be playing Kasim, known to many as Kasim ibn Jabal, because his actual last name was lost to time. He is a man who hails from Babylonia, and who is engaged in several business ventures, such as real estate, which he was always engaged in, and most recently, banking. How exciting. He used to be part of a group of other, he thought, equally minded individuals who wanted to profit in many ways, though not morally sound, definitely legal. But they kind of had enough of him after a while and stabbed him a bunch of times and threw him in a boat, where he ended up meeting all these new wonderful people who I think are more amenable to his penchant for paying his debts and keeping his word. And well, he is now engaged in a scheme of growth and prosperity, and eventually, who knows, his organization might be powerful enough to bend entire nations to his will.
I like it. I'm down. That's pleasant. So next up we have Stewie.
I will be playing Nefretset, known in the common tongue as the most beautiful of Set. It's quite interesting to find that on occasion a breakthrough is made in the idea of what we call life. To be able to bend certain ideologies, thoughts, and energies to one's will is truly the end goal of any necromancer. To be able to not bring life back from the spirit realms which they reside, but to give something what is known as a mimicry of life. Can we create life anew? Are we our own gods? These are truly questions that must be answered.
Really? All right.
What?
All right. All right. And last but not least, we have Colin down in the bottom.
That's right. Saving the best for last, obviously, because I am Colin, and I am playing Og Magni, Krakenbreaker, Defeater of Great White Worms, Annihilator of Undead Armies, Defeater of the supporters of Surtur in the realms of fire. He is a Paladin of Glory, and unlike others who have more of a mortal view of what they want in the future, whether it's to become underworld empire rulers, or reading books in a tower, or running through the woods taking stuff from people that may or may not belong to them. Og Magni's goal is something much more Celestine, if you would. He is going to become a god through sheer will, faith, glory, and a big ol' hammer that was finally given to him.
Hammer, obviously, is the way that we go about this. So, we have been on a break for a couple of weeks now. I am very sorry for that. That's primarily due to life getting in the way. But we are back, and it actually looks like 3B Radio might kick off all of our shows this week. Today we have our D&D podcast, which is Land of Ice and Snow. Tomorrow we have our Game of Thrones RPG, which is Unfortunate Sons. And on Thursday, the good boys finally get to come back after the longest hiatus of nonsense going back and forth there. And even more fun, on Saturday, I will be running a one-off with the Avatar: The Last Airbender RPG, which I kickstarted from Magpie Games. So keep an eye out on the channel this week. There's a lot going on. To remind everyone what's currently going on, when last we met, our intrepid adventurers were doing a ton of research trying to find out exactly where the Whitehall family town used to be back in the... Hey! It's Skull!
Megan will be in a minute.
Alright. Well, in that case, I'll continue what I'm doing. And
Come across a wild skull.
we did come across a wild skull. We'll go back for their introductions in a second. Hopefully the hurricane does not give you guys any issues. So when last we met our intrepid adventurers, they were trying to get through and find out exactly where the Whitehall family compound, estate, that's the term I was looking for, estate was. Because they had been hired by another elf to retrieve a mysterious artifact. Some people think it's an orb of annihilation. Some people think it's something else. But all in all, it's going to be interesting. Now, the Whitehall family, we know, is the people that Ashlyn is descended from, on her mother's side, being a half-elf. And Ashlyn also needs to perform a great task for Elvenkind to activate her sword. If Ashlyn actually manages to log in, we will be continuing with that adventure. Otherwise, I had a filler episode planned, but I'm glad to see everybody.
I already have a plan for this. We're going to kidnap a big-time elf. We're going to beat him to an inch of their lives, and then Aisling is going to heal them back to full health. It's going to be perfect.
I don't think that's how that works.
I like that you think that that's enough to trick a legendary artifact.
That's like putting peanut butter from one jar into another jar and saying you invented peanut butter.
It's not a trick. We are fulfilling the letter of the word, if not the spirit.
The spirit, yeah. It's Rita's worded. Not...
Does this this great message on this sword have like fine print on the bottom?
I mean, we could beat him
Asterix
actually
would
to
cannot
death.
beat the shit out of an elf and kidnap them and then
The
rescue them.
problem
We could beat him actually to death and have her bring him
the
back.
problem with that is that the sword determines whether you've done something worthwhile or not.
Damn it.
Hey,
And that's the problem with
What if Aisling doesn't know?
and that's the problem with smart weapons, you know.
How smart can they be? They're a sword.
You know,
very sharp.
21, I think, was max. I think 21 was max, wasn't it?
back in the day. All right. So, Neferetset, we're going to go ahead and move forward with the assumption that Ashlyn is joining us. You are currently with Rabin, voraciously devouring any book that you can about Tir na Nog, Alfheim, and the Whitehall family.
Sounds
You have
good.
managed to determine that in the woods, 2 days ride from where you guys currently are, there is. Shh, it's been a while. Don't make fun of me. Binhala. You guys know that you find that in the woods, 2 days out from Binhala, was where the White Halls were thought to be. The problem is that that particular forest is ginormous, ancient, and rumored to be haunted.
All right. I'm looking for any downsides.
This is a win-win.
Giant. Actually, this is an absolute win.
Good win.
Honestly, like I don't have control undead yet, but it's always good to practice.
You know what always deals well with
I'm a
undead?
level 18 lich. I will come for all of your souls. Control undead. What? Yeah. Turn around. Go kill everything else. I like how you just shake your head. You're so upset about
Don't make me regret putting undead in this.
that. No.
Dragon shows up again.
For you and everything.
It's another dragon.
Totally alive
I mean,
dragon.
I think that I've done a pretty good job with the variety of monsters that you faced so far.
Yes, I agree. There has been a good variety.
Just waiting for those frost giants to show up, acting all tough
Dude,
and stuff.
you guys,
End
you
of the
guys are
game.
really not ready for frost giants.
I know. I'm just talking shit. Don't bring a frost giant out yet.
I have considered it on more than one occasion.
I kind of feel like when you do bring them, it's gonna be like, I am a frost giant, and then like Kasim's gonna like go back behind them, just be like, crack.
The mistake that you're making there is assuming that when I bring them, it will be just one frost giant. I'm not having you guys.
Yeah, I
I'm
think-
not having you guys fight solitary enemies ever again.
Ever.
Ever again.
Then Kasim and Ogmagna will be like, crack, smack.
Like, there's going to be at least one for each
I've
of you
been
from
working
now
on
on.
the railroad, just like going down the line.
There's going to be at least one for
I mean-
each of you from now on because that shit's been
That's so
fucking
cool.
awful.
I love it.
We're gonna have those moments. Oh, so you're approaching me. I can't beat the shit out of you from over here. So get as close as you like. Walk.
Can't wait.
So first thing we're going to go ahead and do is Neferetset, go ahead and give me a knowledge history as you try and get yourself a better region. How well you do on this roll will determine how difficult it is for you guys to find it once you're wandering about the woods.
Oh, it does. I forget that it rolls both of them. Lol. So 26.
You are decently sure that if you wanted to, you could hit it with a surface-to-air missile because your coordinates are that good.
I know exactly
You're
where
like,
it is.
Got this bitch painted. Now.
You're like, oh, here's a map that shows exactly the lair that we're trying to go to. That's it, right?
Like, which room in the house do you want?
Yeah, latitude and longitude to the second.
He's like, I could totally teleport us there if I was higher level.
Almost.
While we're continuing to wait for Megan, let's go ahead and start doing some gear purchasing because I know that Stewie, you bought plate mail for Tweedledee and Tweedledum as well as pole arms. God, I hate you. Davius, did anybody else want to buy anything before we head out on this trip?
The only thing I'm waiting on is we're working on the 2 daggers.
Yeah. How many?
Until we get the daggers.
How many
set.
days have you got on that so far, Skull?
Jesus Christ! Like every single opportunity that we've had
you have
downtime,
not actually been keeping track of
Oh.
them?
I don't know.
By
It's
the
been like
way.
25 days last I kept track.
By the way, your cuts of the booty from the plane of fire is 5,500 gold each for myself, Vlad, Ogmagni, and Aisling also wanted a cut. So
5,500? Is that what you said?
5,500, good sir.
You guys are tier 2. Things start to change a little bit when we get up.
Also, is in regards to the embalming tool set, I just called it an alchemy tool
Perfect.
set.
I like it. So are you attempting to buy anything, Ogmagny?
Yes, I'm finally gonna go into town to someplace other than the temple where everybody loves me. This town loves me. What can I say? Remember that last time? They all sang along with my impromptu song.
They did like you.
And,
You did pretty well.
They
And you bring them pieces of extra planner Griblies that you've been beating up.
Yeah, that's gonna be
You're a
a
favorite of Thor right now.